Hello, beautiful humans. This is Dayelene and Jules from the Empowering Women Project, and you're listening to the EWP podcast.
This podcast is for the women who know deep in their soul they are here for more. If you are done with the BS stories and limiting beliefs that are holding you back from your dreams becoming a reality,
come jump in the driver's seat and pave the way back home to her. This is a space for you to feel seen, heard, supported, and accepted for who you are, who you were, and who you're becoming.
Celebrating you wherever you are in your journey. Sit back, grab a tea or a wine, and come empower yourself with us. Jules and Day, let's grow. Hello and welcome back to the EWP.
Hello, beautiful humans.
We're back.
We're back.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Shady's back.
Tell a friend.
Jules and Day.
EWP is back. Tell a friend.
Literally share it, like, follow, subscribe, all the rest of it.
Spread the love, comment on our posts. All right. So today we are doing friendships part 2 and when to let go, outgrowing, different stages of life, no longer aligning or on the same frequency or pathway.
Yep.
She's deep in thought.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I've just actually went through like a clearing of humans in my life. So like we're totally in this era, hey. And really appreciating the friends that are in your life that you love so much, hey. Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. Sometimes it's a good thing to let go of friendships that are no longer aligning, because I feel like for me and my experiences, I've stayed friends with people and in habits like, you know, partying and drinking and all the rest of it because I love them people so much. And it's kind of like this person equals doing this, if that makes sense. Insert like going out or partying or going to the pub or going for cocktails and all the rest of it. So yeah, letting go of toxic, well, I guess friendships that have toxic habits attached to it has been the most liberating thing in my whole entire life. Still hurts. There's still a process of like, you know, letting go and grieving that friendship. And you still think of them as well from time to time. I always do. But yeah, just knowing that sometimes you need to step into your new era and let go of some people, and it's totally okay. But also seeing the people that really feel deeply, like Jules and I, we just love our friendship so much. And even if they aren't the best friendships, it still hurts because we love them so much. So seeing all the people that feel deeply and never, ever like say sorry for feeling deeply, because I feel like it's such a superpower to actually feel in a world that's actually quite numb. So yeah.
And I'm sure you can all resonate that going through a friendship breakup is worse than a breakup, I think, in my opinion.
100%, because like you share so much of yourself in friendships, especially if you have a friendship like ours. You share everything with them and they've got all your secrets and your desires and stuff, and you just create this beautiful bond between each other. But yeah, it's crazy. It is like a breakup because yeah, it's built on love. So yeah, it would be very similar feelings.
Yeah, you almost know, like your intuition guides you. Like you have that same feelings when you know something's off in your relationship, when something's off in your friendship, and you know, you just know that things have changed and it's time to let go. And I think old me would have made a big deal about it. I would have, you know, been sending big long messages or seeking answers or seeking, you know, reasons or responses, and knew me like the person I am today, not new me, but me today. This version, this, you know, this Jules feels differently. And, you know, I think it's just letting go quietly and knowing when to let go, knowing the energy is off, knowing values don't align, knowing so many things don't align anymore, and that it's time to just walk away and do so quietly. It doesn't need to be a big show. It doesn't need to be a big deal. You know, in terms of having all of these conversations that are just going to leave you feeling like crap anyways. You just let go silently and quietly and, you know, go on with your life.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can look externally for closure from friendships and breakups and stuff. This kind of like relationships and friendships, it kind of all resonates in a sense. But sometimes we can look external for the closure, and most of the time you actually don't really get it. And you're kind of chasing like this little bit of, I don't know, are we just like looking for this one line that's going to like just be like, oh, yeah, it's all closed off now. Sometimes I think that's an internal job that we're like, no, like actually sit back and reflect and be like, is this person moving into like moving forward in life in the direction that I want to go? Are the values aligned? Are the morals aligned? All of the rest of it. And actually sitting quietly with yourself, and then you'll find the answer. Like, and I think we already know, but we kind of try to distract ourselves away from it or make excuses for people sometimes. And just because someone's been in your life for a significant amount of time, there's someone that can come into your life and in 3 months' time give you more love and appreciation, empower you more, and hold the space for you more than that one person that you've held on to for that many years. So yeah, you make room for new people to come in when you let the old fall away, gracefully and with ease as well. But also giving yourself grace for the grieving process of it all.
Absolutely. And what's that thing they say? People come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And I really
Yes.
resonate with that lately, for sure.
Detaching from outcomes as well. I don't know. I feel like we just get this big vision in our head of our future and all the rest of it, but there's going to be so many versions of us on the way, and we're just going to have to let things fall. And just reflecting on how hard it actually is to navigate sometimes with friendships, and it is hard, but it all serves a purpose one way, shape, or form.
Definitely.
So
And you'll know, like, we already know, like, when we get in each other's voice notes and we're just saying, I'm feeling really like uneasy about what's happening in this friendship for me. And, we're not gossiping about it, but we're just saying, this is how I'm feeling. And, I already know when I'm doing that, when I'm, coming to you for that guidance and that support and just someone to listen about how I'm feeling about it. I know that I've actually already let that friendship go. And I'll find that I'll send like, one or two like, hey, how's it going messages and not get much in return. And then little by little, I'm just like, okay, it's just time to let go. And you're right. We do go through a grieving process and it is sad. And you're allowed to feel the feels. You're allowed to feel sad about it. You're allowed to feel, all of those uncomfortable feelings
mm,
because that's where growth happens. And when we let go of the things that are no longer serving us, we make room for beautiful new friendships and, our actual soul sisters that are meant for that era of our life.
amen. There's actually a quote that I will pull up that's in line with the soul sisters. Soul sister, a female friend not related by blood who shares a bond that transcends time, space, and distance. Traits include listening and fully understanding without judgment or solution, knowing the right thing to say, sharing belongings or desserts, regularly reminding one another of their beauty. And also on the back end of that, not just their beauty, because not everything is external, like complimenting someone's energy or their knowledge or their wisdom or other things that aren't external, I feel like are more complimentary than anything. So, or the way that they show up as a mom, like I always say to Jules, like the way that you gracefully navigate like work and being a mom and being a friend and doing the podcast and your healing business and all the rest of it, like those are more beautiful compliments. But it is also nice to have the external compliments too. But yeah.
Amen. Especially when we forget our beauty and we're critiquing ourselves. It's nice to have a friend be like, no, girl, no, we're not here for that.
Like the other day we posted like a reel. She's raising her eyebrows creepily right now. But I was like on the Zoom, I'm like my chin looks like it's like blended into my neck. And she was like, no, it doesn't. She gave me a little pep talk, but sometimes we can be our worst self-critic.
Amen. And it's just, reminding your friends that they are beautiful and they see themselves differently than everyone around them or the people that love them see them. So it was just a little reminder and, even though we don't think it's doing damage, those little thoughts that when we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, like, or we've got a new wrinkle or a new line on our face and we're like, oh, yuck. Or, as women, when we have our periods, we're like, oh, I'm so bloated. Our body and our mind hears all those things. And sometimes we'll say them out loud and our little humans hear those things, or, the people around us. And so just catch yourself and remind yourself of your beauty and remind your friends of their beauty inside and outside.
Yeah, thoughts and words are very powerful, and I think we underestimate that sometimes. So yeah, reminding yourself, your friends, when they're having moments like that, like Jules did for me the other day. She was just like, just remember, words and thoughts are powerful. She didn't say it like that, but yeah.
I was like, look, babe, don't talk about yourself that way.
Literally, 100%.
His tail just started wagging like crazy. He's like, yeah, I agree.
I'm here for it, girls. You go slay.
Yeah. So one thing that I think is so powerful is also understanding that everyone's on their own journey. We are all navigating our own life things, and that friendships will ebb and flow. So sometimes, they'll go quiet, and sometimes, your inner circle becomes your outer circle becomes your inner circle, and new people come into your life, and that's all okay as well. So yeah, when I'm saying that I let go of particular friendships, it's not just because, oh, I haven't spoke to them in a few months. You have your friends like that where it's just like your single mom friends, for me anyways, where it's just like, oh, okay, I know I could go 2-3 weeks, but I know if I needed something, like I messaged Leah yesterday and I was like, can you please help me make Hudson's cake? I've never baked really a cake and I need some help. And she's amazing at decorating. So yeah, just, but we could go 2-3 weeks without talking to each other. But I know she's one of those people that is always there if I needed her.
Amen. Yeah, I have heaps of friends like that are more down south and stuff. And I'm like, I won't talk to them for 6 months and randomly drop into their DMs, or they'll reply to a story, and we still love each other so much. But yeah, we're just doing our own things at different times. And yeah, still love each other from afar.
Yeah, I think those are like your lifetime friends, like especially your childhood ones are the ones that like my friends in Canada, those like 5 girls they'll always be my friends, even though I'm on the other side of the world. If they needed something, or we messaged each other, or we check in, or randomly send each other quotes, or be like, oh my God, you're on holiday, how amazing. It's just, you just know. But I think what I mean is like that inner circle, those people that you need, that are always there. Like, for example, yourself, those people that are always there, you should just have like a handful of those beautiful women in your life that are always showing up for you, always there for you. And you'll know the difference between the friendships. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it aside from that.
Yeah. And every friendship is different as well. I feel like you go through phases. I've had this in my life where like and I think we've had this as well, like where there's a new friend coming in and it's all like exciting and they're building new things, but like not getting jealous of that because I've had friends in the past where it was similar to us. Oh, I just hit my microphone. But it was similar to us where it was like really beautiful, and then other friends started getting weird and jealous about it. But it's like, don't be jealous. Like join the club. Like we're here. Like we want everyone involved. But yeah, I don't know where that comes from, because I celebrate, friends having other friends, and everyone brings different qualities and love and friendship to the table. So, and I think we're all here for a reason in this person's life. So yeah,
definitely. And I think,
yeah. Sorry, it's just been a huge thing that I've had to navigate. I think it's because also we do pour a lot of love into friendships as well. So for people that probably are lacking giving that energy, probably that's where it comes from.
Absolutely. And I think the list would be so powerful. The list would be so helpful to know what type of friends you want in that inner circle. And as you go through different eras, you're gonna know it's time to let those people go. You want those people to be your main cheerleaders, your support network, the people that are showing up when you start a podcast, the people that are showing up when you start a new healing business, the people that are coming to your healing circles, the people that are there for your kids, the people that are there for celebrating whatever you're going through, whether it's a new business venture, whether you quit your job, whether, whatever. They're there for all the milestones. And Yeah, I think those are the women that I'm cultivating into my life, is those soul sisters, the ones that, you can share quotes, you can share voice notes, you can share all kinds of meaningful, beautiful
Mm,
connections. That's what I'm cultivating in this next era and stage of my life for sure. Women building each other up consistently, like
mm.
consistent, I think is the main word.
Yeah, consistency is a vibe for sure. I'm the same.
Mm,
I think I said it on the last episode. Just those women that you can just go to their house like looking like an utter mess, and just you just give them a big hug and like just chill with them. And the kids are all manic and chaotic, and we get home late after a dinner, and that sort of vibe. Like, and just having deep chats about the future, and kind of like auntie role models in my kids' life as well. I want like some more aunties for my kiddies, and the same for their kids as well. But yeah, it takes a village to raise children, and this day and age, we're so connected on social media. But I feel like a lot of people need to start bringing those connections of social media into real life and cultivating that, because yeah,
mm.
women need each other more than we realize.
Definitely. And just yeah, making that room for new people to enter. Because if we keep holding on to those relationships that are toxic, don't align with our values anymore, don't align with who we are as a woman, then we can't make room for those new ones to come in. Do you know what I mean? Because we're giving time and energy to people that aren't giving time and energy back to us.
Mm.
And thus, we don't have time and energy to give to people who want to give it to us.
Yeah, you got to focus on the new and not focus so much on the old. Hey, yeah,
Mm. Yeah. And
definitely.
if you are letting go of new people and you're trying to cultivate those beautiful soul sisters into your life, you can start by following people online, getting into their DMs, but also make sure you make a plan to meet up in person. Like, as I said in the last
Mm.
episode, Rosie and I, it took us 3 years, and I don't even know why. I think it was just life, right? But
Mm.
now that we have, it's just like, wow, what have we done? And maybe it wasn't the right time, but also
Mm.
just meet them as well. If they're local to you, definitely get
Yeah.
around them and meet them. Join the gym, do different classes like art, dance classes, crafting classes, clay making bowl classes. Another good one is to like have a little thing at your house, like a paint and sip. You know what I mean? Where you
Yes.
get all the materials.
Yes. Or
Have a,
vision board making nights and things like that as well. Just bringing people together,
yeah.
talking about future goals. Just be
Yeah,
creative. Yes.
you're so cute. The excitement, the excitement. Yeah, like even local walking groups, put it in your local
Mm.
community group and be like, hey, I'm going to start up a mama's walking group or a women's walking group. You don't have to be a mama. A lot of the things that we say are often directed at us and our experiences, and we are mamas. So a lot of the
Mm.
time when we say things, it's coming from that standpoint. But we know a lot of our listeners may not be mamas yet, may not want to be mamas, and that's so fine. But you can still take these ideas and utilize them as well. So even if you're a single woman, put it in the community group and start up a local walking group or a book reading group. I recently saw someone on my social media, and she's started a book reading group. Like, Daleen, if
Yes,
that's your
Queen.
thing,
I
why are you
know.
doing that?
Why don't I own a library already? I don't understand.
You should.
Literally, goals for future house is to have a little library.
Yeah.
The one with the like
Yeah.
sliding ladder around. So it's like Willy
Yeah.
Wonka. Yes,
Absolutely.
here for
And then
it.
also another big thing is like date yourself, love yourself, pour that love when you're going through those transitions of breaking apart from friendships or
Mm,
losing those connections and grieving them and all the rest of it. Take time to feel those feels and spend that time with yourself.
mm,
Get into therapy, start journaling, start meditating, start going to the gym, whatever it is that makes you feel happy in this era of your life.
mm,
Do those things because we often, I know we've spoken about this in terms of relationships, but we will often seek that validation from others. And really, once we love ourselves and we become comfortable with ourselves, it's like
mm.
quite peaceful being alone sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. You almost don't want anyone to interrupt it.
Yeah. Or when you know, I'm such an extrovert, but I had a really social weekend, and I find I'm just like, I need to recharge and fill my own cup
Mm,
today. And I never used to have to do that. But now that I'm more in
mm,
touch with my energy and, you know, all the spirituality side of
mm.
things, I find that my energy, even though I put protections in place, I find that my energy just gets drained much quicker now because, well, one, single mom life, like, hello.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot on my plate, but also, yeah, I just think it can be quite draining being social all the
Mm,
time as well. Yeah.
100%. A hundred
Um,
percent.
I see in the notes here, babe, that you've surprise, surprise, ladies. She's put in a book recommendation.
Oh, that wouldn't be me. Oh my God. uh, um, now I've forgotten the author of it. But anyway, the book is called Sacred Contracts, and it is literally just explaining how people, yeah, ebb and flow in and out of your life, and everyone kind of comes in perfect divine timing. And yeah, it kind of teaches you how to sort of like let go of friendships and stuff like that as well, and just realizing that, yeah, people are in your life for a lifetime, a season, a lesson, you know, all the rest of it. And it kind of just makes you realize that every interaction that you have could be like it's probably orchestrated in a sense, like it was meant to happen. It's like there's been sometimes I've went to the supermarket, for example, and like life was chaotic, and then you just stop for a minute, and then this little old lady will come up and she's like, your kids are just so beautiful, or oh my God, you look beautiful today. And you're like, wow, I got goosebumps again. But like, wow, thank you. Like, and it just brings you back. Like, it's like that interaction was meant to happen at that time just to bring you back into the present moment and realize that you have three beautiful kids there. Like, that's so much to be grateful for. There's been so many interactions that I've had over my lifetime where I'm like, that definitely was meant to be. There was even this time in an op shop once when I was like heavily pregnant, going through DV relationship and all the rest of it. Had this beautiful chat to this lady, this older lady, and I was like, I really want to get this dress, but I don't know how to sew. And she literally took my dress and she sewed it, like, and then sent it with this letter that I actually still have at my mom's house in like my keepsake. And it was like, you're a beautiful mom and everything that you're doing and all the rest of it. We just had the most soulful chat in the store. And then she sent me this card. But then before I actually left the store, she actually paid for our stuff, like this hot, like I used to go off shopping all the time. We actually went off shopping at that place with little Huddy when I was down in OG. And yeah, she paid for all our stuff and then gave the lady behind the counter extra cash. And I was like, I had like no money at this stage. I was like the only one working in the relationship and I was heavily pregnant. So I didn't have maternity leave because I was running my own business at the time. And I was like, fuck, like that literally brought us food. Like it was so chaotic, but like beautiful and chaotic at the same time, because it's just little things like that that have happened in my life where I'm like, that was when you read the book and you start realizing all those encounters that you've had in your life, you're like, wow, there's been so many beautiful times and beautiful encounters that were definitely meant to happen. And that was one of them. I actually just remembered that actually as I was talking, but so beautiful. Like if you really think about how many encounters you've had with people, passing by, conversations, or just like a simple quote that's resonated with you, like that was meant to happen at that perfect time. So it's just a beautiful book and I totally highly recommend it.
I Googled initially when you said you couldn't find the author, and it's by Carolyn Myss.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
beautiful. Yeah, it kind of like just makes you let go of attachment as well. You know, like when you're grieving those friendships that are leaving, you're like, okay, something else is coming that's going to be more aligned and stuff like that. So yeah,
Mm,
put it on your book list,
beautiful.
my honey. Yeah.
Beautiful story. What a beautiful story. And the
Yeah.
first thing that popped into my head when you were talking about that was like angel. Like there are angels out there.
Mm.
And this is why I do that thing that I do where I compliment people when I see them. And more often than not, it's women. I mean, very rarely, you know, do I feel comfortable complimenting a man, but that's a whole other thing, I suppose. Um, because you just don't know. Yeah, with women, they're just a bit gentler, and they wouldn't get offended. Whereas I wouldn't want to offend a man, that's for sure.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why I do that thing where if I see something I like, I see someone's dress or their hair, and of course, most of these things are external because I don't know the person. I'm literally walking past a stranger. But you never know how much that interaction can change someone's day. And I know we get those thoughts all the time, and it's just acting on them and saying them. And yeah, you can be the light in someone else's life for a split moment, and it might change their whole day. You have no idea, right?
Well, when there's compliments, that when someone walks past you and there's like this thing that comes over your body that you're like, oh my God, like the dress is amazing. I feel like that's something that you need to actually voice. Like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, like her hair looks really pretty or whatever. But there's other ones where it's like an actual body experience where you're like, holy shit, like she just looks amazing. Like, but yeah, I definitely feel like we need to compliment strangers more often and paying it forward, even like at drive-throughs and stuff like that. Little things like that. Holy wowsy, we've done that so many times, and my kids love it. They're like looking like behind, going, "What are their reactions?" And it's so good, and it definitely comes back in tenfold. And not that you're like pouring love to get it back tenfold, but like just making someone's day is going to make someone else's day because their vibe will change. So yeah.
I'm one of those people that when I do it, I don't know why I get so embarrassed, and like I'll do it, but then I won't like look in my mirror, and I'm just like, and then right as I'm driving off, I'll just wave.
Yeah, literally awkward way. Bye.
Yeah, because like then if you're doing it in the drive-through, they're like right behind you, and I always feel a bit like, but yeah.
It's so good. I love doing it. It's fun.
I like pretend they're not there until the last minute, and then I'm like, bye.
I didn't do that, but I did.
And then you'll realize 5 minutes later that they're actually behind you, still driving, and you're like, oh.
Oh, it's so good to pay it forward.
And I think, this is just coming to me now, but kindness above all, like friends, family, friendships you're letting go of, strangers, whatever it may be, just lead with kindness, open up your heart and be kind. It's free. It's literally free, people.
And it's cool. It's cool to be kind.
Oh, amen. It is cool to be kind, and it's free, and you can literally change someone else's whole day and their whole demeanor just by being kind, doing a kind gesture, opening a door. Like, it's so underrated. Open a door for somebody. And yeah, just be kind, everyone. Be kind.
Literally. Yeah. Being present. Just, yeah. Especially when you're out, everyone's just like chaotically busy, hey, and just like all closed up, and just be the light in somebody's day for sure.
For sure. You can literally feel people's energy sometimes. I'm such a like spiritual, energetic being, and I can feel the car beside me if somebody's like having a bad day. So yeah, just be kind wherever you go, even in letting go of friendships. But yeah,
be kind to
you.
Be kind. Be kind to yourself when you're letting go of friendships as well. Like we can say be kind to everybody else, but also being kind to yourself going through those transitions. And yeah, never apologize for how deeply you feel if you are one of them humans. Yeah,
she's a wise woman, ladies. She's a wise woman, and she's my best friend, and I love her.
I love you too.
But her DMs are open if you want to be her friend too. Lots of love from us, guys, and we hope you have a beautiful rest of the day.
Bye, beautiful humans.
Bye. We hope you feel inspired to take back your power. Thank you for listening into the EWP Potty with Jules and Day. We want to challenge you to share this potty with someone you love. Let's get all women involved. Follow us on Insta at empoweringwomen_project. Facebook and TikTok at Empowering Women Project.
We invite you to interact with us on our socials, our threads, and in our DMs. We are open to collaborating and invite you to reach out if you feel inspired to be a guest on our EWP podcast. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. We encourage you to start believing in yourself and the magic of the universe.